We got a Q&A call going September 15th on Thursday. It's 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you have a question, normally how we do it is just put in the chat, I have a question. And then we just go in order of who has questions. So, and if you want to just listen, that's okay too.
So for now, I have no question. I'm following.
Yep.
Perfect. Right on, brother. Jen has a question. What is it, Jen?
Actually, I have Eric here today because I wanted to ask you about your channeling of abundance and like this mindset you were talking about earlier, and he wasn't there to hear it. So I just, maybe you could just give him a little appetizer of like what you were talking about.
Oh my God, I love it. Well, so just so you know, I am doing a whole webinar on this next Wednesday. I just dropped it to my email list today. And so, yeah, I mean, for me, I can only talk about my personal experience with this. And there's been times in my life when I've been very prosperous, and there's been times in my life where I have not been prosperous. And the times where I've been very prosperous, I was basically had positive momentum. And positive momentum is really just not allowing yourself to live in any negativity, any anxiety. It's really all about understanding that from a spiritual perspective, it is your divine right to be abundant and prosperous. And what do I mean by that? God, the universe, source, whatever you want to call it, is cool with me. But if you just look around at the diversity that God has created on this planet, and you actually zoom out, and we're looking at Earth, and we're looking at the universe, and we're looking at all the magnificence that is out there, God wants us to be prosperous. It is our divine right, because we are here. It is magical and mysterious that we are here in the first place. And so when you step out of, oh, you know, this bad thing happened to me, or life is hard and all that, all the sort of negative stuff, and you can actually step into the magic of it all, because we really don't even know how this is happening. I mean, I don't know. The scientists don't know. We could all, there's lots of theories. People make guesses about how all this is happening, but nobody really knows how it's all come to be. And so I've made a decision in my life to lean into the magic. And I've made a decision to not live in anxiety. And I've made a decision to live in prosperity. So that's great, Marnie. Well, how do we do that? Well, the first clue that you have is whatever the words that you're using, whatever the words that are coming out of your mouth, that's the first clue of what is going on in your subconscious mind, because it has to bubble up from somewhere. So if you just pay attention, are you looking for the negative things? Are you looking for the lack? Do you live in anxiety? That's your first clue, that all of that is bubbling under the surface. And for me, it stems from years of trying to master what I thought was being unworthiness. And I think many of us have an unworthiness issue. But that's not true. That's actually, it's a sickness, because we're exactly perfectly right, and we're magical. And so I've had a lot of amazing, magical, tremendous shifts in my life when I started to really practice this mindset training and practice this abundance training. And it's very simple. All you have to do is, we have some abundance mantras and stuff that I gave to Jen earlier in our mastery class. All you have to do is, when you have a negative thing that's coming into your mind, oh, my bank account, doesn't look good, or I don't have enough money to pay rent, or, making all this up, whatever the negative thing is, or, oh, we won't have enough money to go on that trip. You just simply replace that with a sentence that serves you. My life is rich and abundant. God prospers me now. And so you're basically training your mind to fall away from the negativity and fall into abundance. And if you practice that on a daily basis, I promise you, your life will change. Does that answer your question?
Sorry, I had to unmute myself. Yeah, because we were talking about how when you are running a business, like everybody here probably is, you can really get entangled and spiraling in all the things that you wish you could be doing. Nothing's going the way you want it to. You feel like you're just working yourself into a circle, chasing your own tail. And I was just talking about how it really does change the dynamic of your own energy and of like your work environment by stopping when you feel like you can't, and then doing like meditation, listening to whatever sound calms you. But like you said, like saying these types of mantras and things like that, it shifts everything. And it sounds weird and stupid, but
it sounds spooky and weird, but it absolutely does work, because it's what your mind focuses on. I'm of the belief that you're creating your entire reality.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. I am of the belief that you create your entire reality. So your mind will bring to you what you are focusing on. So if you're focusing on what you don't have, you will
Right.
get more of that. If you focus on the time that you don't have, the products that you don't have, you will get more of that.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a list this long of things that I want to do. And I just practice like, okay, what are the top 3 things that I want to do today that will make me feel prosperous and abundant and amazing? And I know will move my business forward.
Right.
And everything else just falls away. And yeah, I could be doing a lot more, but I also want to have a life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because I mean, nobody here knows me. I've never met you guys. So hi, everybody. But no, but I don't do healing business. Our business is, as you can see, is not a healing business.
Yeah, but you're here for a reason and a purpose. And so
yeah, and I was really low, and I kept forcing, like sitting and just making myself do it. And I told you the first time I met you, I really feel like I made you happen.
yes.
You came out, I mean, you
And
and
now
I
you are wearing
no
bright
business
things.
being together, and now I can't imagine not being around you.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really cool.
Does all this sound like foodie to you, Eric?
No.
No, he's super
I'm
open
pretty
to this stuff.
Yeah. I mean, and here's the thing. I have a new boyfriend. Yay.
Oh, I'm so excited for you.
It's so exciting. Anyway. Oh, you do? You do too? Or you manifested? Oh, nice. Okay. One of the things that we do that seems to work pretty magically. So if you're in a relationship or if you're in a couple, I really highly recommend this. We do something called the mind meld, and I made that up. I was like, babe, let's mind meld this thing right now. So like, for example, we go to sleep at night and I'm like, okay, we need to mind meld. And we both need to think about and picture delicious, deep sleep, perfect sleep, REM sleep. And I was like, I want 2 hours and 5 minutes of deep sleep. I want an hour and a half of REM sleep. I want, da. I'll be damned. I have an Aura ring. Those were the exact scores that I got the next day. We mind meld all kinds of stuff, and it works. So my point is that you two are a power couple here. So if you get together in your mind and you go, okay, what are we going to mind meld today? How is this going to work out? Let's both think of what is the exact perfect solution or outcome that we can think of for any particular situation. Go. And then you both sit there and you both imagine at the highest level what that is for you. And then sometimes we actually talk about it afterwards. Well, I was picturing this, or I was picturing this. What were you picturing? It's like, oh, cool. Okay. All right. And then we release it. We just let it go. Like another example. he's a doctor, and he's getting all this like medical equipment. He's a radiologist. So he has these like really expensive screens and stuff that were being given to him by someone he's contracting with. And he's like, oh my God, I'm having the worst time with FedEx. Like they've tried to deliver and now they can't deliver. And I went to the office and it was just like a big shit show, you know? And I was like, all right, well, let's mind meld this thing. And so I was like, okay, tomorrow it's going to be perfectly delivered. And so we mind melded it. Next day, he texts me, he's like, you won't believe it. FedEx never comes twice. She kept coming because she was like, I really felt like I needed to get this to you. And she was like, and then he took a picture of it and all the equipment was on the floor. Like it was there. All the boxes were delivered. I was like, holy shit, this really works. So it's an exciting, and it's also a fun practice to do as a couple, because it really gets you on the same page and it feels good. It feels lovely. It, you know, you're like your connection, you have a soul connection too. So it's something that you guys should totally practice in your business and your family. Everybody listening to this, if you're in relationship or even not in relationship, you know, it's something really worthy to look at.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't want to take up all the time, but thank you so much.
No, great question.
I'm down for it. We're gonna mind meld.
I'm so excited. What are you gonna like? Okay, make a commitment. What's the thing you're gonna mind meld right now? Like when you get off this phone call, what are you gonna mind meld?
We're gonna mind meld.
You put me on the spot.
I know I did, because Marty puts me on the spot all the time.
Just a good mental shift, generally.
A good what?
Mental shift, you said.
Yeah. So the good mental shift, it's like, all right, you know, starting from right now, I'm going to start to feel really super great. You know, I'm going to start to feel great. I'm going to have a positive outlook. I'm going to look great. I'm going to feel relaxed. I'm going to feel peaceful. And then you both get on that same page. Like this is one of those, the prosperity one. Okay. It's in the mastery program.
Yeah.
Only peace and I have peace. I have peace within my walls and prosperity within my palaces.
Mm-hmm.
I have peace within my walls and prosperity within my palaces. That's what you guys need right now. You need peace and prosperity. I need peace. We experience peace within our walls and prosperity within our palace. Boom. That's your mantra. I'm going to write it in the chat right now. We experience peace within our walls and prosperity within our palace.
Because when we're gelled together, it's
on. I can feel it. You guys are magnetic. I'm getting chills right now. Like really, when I get chills, it means it's on.
His emotions choke me. I actually can get into his brain, and when he's sleeping, I get into his dream.
Girl, I hear it. I know it. You're powerful like that.
No, witchy powers.
We experience peace within our walls and prosperity within our palace. We download that financial abundance thing, and like you both should like look at it or say it out loud together. Even would be more powerful, because then that's a mind meld right there. Boom. The words, the spoken words, you guys, is so important. If you're speaking, even if you're like, you know, you're kind of you have a sarcastic way of being, and you're making sarcastic jokes, that's not helping you be prosperous.
No, it's counterproductive.
Everything you say, everything that comes out of your mouth, even if you'll catch yourself saying something, because I do this too. I'll catch myself maybe talking about lack or complaining about something, because I get challenged all the time too. Like something happened to me 2 days ago that was not good. And I was like, okay, so I'm just going to handle the situation as best as I can. And then I'm basically going to completely ignore it. I'm going to handle the situation and then I'm going to ignore it, because I need to focus on prosperity and abundance in all ways. And it just feels better. It'll draw to you what you got, what you want. I love talking about this shit. Thank you for that question.
You're welcome.
So amazing. I love you.
Marnie, you were asking me the last time what I'm teaching. It's exactly that. The words create. The word we speak creates. And that's it. If we master our words, our environment is different.
Yes,
By the way,
absolutely.
miracles happen there.
Miracles happen. Yes. And that's why, you know, even if we're headed into a recession or whatever, like ignore all that negative talk, prosperity and abundance only. There's plenty of people that need your services, you guys. There's plenty of people. There's 2.5 billion people on Facebook alone every day. Certainly a percentage of those people want to buy your product. Right? Okay. Thank you for your question and thank you for your comment. We will move on. Chardonnay has a question. Hit us with it, Chardonnay. Chardonnay,
Hey.
right, everybody.
So I am struggling with figuring out what type of content to make and how to make myself or like show that I'm an authority in what I do on various platforms, or really on any platform. And what's happening is I end up spending so much spiritual, emotionally, energy trying to figure out what to make, that I no longer have the energy to make it.
Okay. Yeah. You were talking about this the last call as well. I think you're kind of bumping up against a wall and you were feeling a lot of fear. You were feeling like you weren't sure what the next step was. But my general advice is you need to marry what brings you joy with what you're an expert at. If you marry what brings you joy with what you're an expert at, you will be rich. Rich in so many ways, but also financially. So what brings you joy and what are you an expert at?
Well, I think the issue is I don't know what truly brings me joy. Like when you say what brings me joy, I want to jump straight to, well, this is what I'm an expert at.
So why are you afraid to talk about what brings you joy?
Yeah, I think, and this is actually something I've been kind of working through. It's almost like feeling I have to earn joy. Like if I work hard enough, then I can relax and enjoy things.
There's your product right there. You're going to tell people how to be steeped in joy. Because that's something that you have to master in yourself. Because joy should be the baseline. Every moment you wake up, you should feel joyful. So if you don't feel joyful, then your pathway and your journey to get joyful is what you will teach. You don't have to accept what I'm saying right now. I'm just like saying things.
No, that it makes a lot of sense though. And that's actually,
and there's ancestral trauma that you're going to overcome right there. Am I right?
Yeah, definitely. And okay, I actually see what it is.
See, miracles happen, people.
I have been putting my spiritual advancement on the back burner because I'm working on my business, and
same
really
thing.
everything on the back burner because I'm working on my business and I'm making all of this progress. And I've actually been really enjoying it and just being caught up in that energy. But I keep getting signs of like, oh, you need to work on this. I'm like, yeah, but that's not tied to my business. That's spiritual. And we'll deal with that after. But what you said right now just made me realize that they are in fact one and the same, and I need to be doing both.
Yeah, so I would say 85% of my day is in my work day is joyful. There's some things maybe 10 to 15% there's like Actually, that's not true. I pretty much completely abandoned anything that wasn't joyful for me. So 100% of my day is joyful. I just abandoned things and outsourced them if I didn't like it. So, you may not be to that point in your business, but if I'm not having fun, what's the point? Because I could die tomorrow. So I don't want to suffer. I don't want to, there's no reason to do something that's not joyful. So if you're in the process of building your business and it's not joyful, then, you have to expect, I guess, because you probably don't have the funds right now to outsource stuff. And so some percentage of that may not be totally joyful, but most of what you're doing here should be joyful. We're trying to build a business around what brings you joy. I'm just going to close my window here. Hold on a second, you guys. But I can still hear you. So what are your comments on that?
Firstly, that deeply resonates. In fact, I actually have 2 calls next week, and both of those are the result of me approaching like promo with like joy and just being really
Yes.
enthusiastic and like
Yes.
into it. And I need to take that same approach with content.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Rather than like, I get so caught up in my head when it comes to making content and
I
like,
hear ya.
oh, well, what's going to be like the best or this or that. And it could really be as simple as, I am really excited about how I'm eating right now because I'm eating things that feel good to eat.
Mhm.
And that's not something that I prioritized before I did all of this healing work. And I could easily like make a video talking about that or like make a video while making
Yes. Yes.
eating.
Yeah, because people want to see that too.
Yeah.
And for those of you that are practicing the DM strategy, where we're reaching out to people on social media and we're talking to them and trying to engage with them. If you're not doing it from a place of joy, it will not land. And people will not resonate with it. If you're coming from a place of joy, you will be surprised at the people that resonate with what you're doing. So I mean, now that we're having this conversation, it's making me realize exactly how important joy is to prosperity. So if you're coming from a place of joy and you're creating from joy and not stress and anxiety, if you're all stressed out about your business, you could be successful to a certain point, but you'll cap out. If you want true prosperity and abundance, you will have to continue doing joy because joy expands. People are attracted to joy. They may not even want to buy your product, but suddenly they're like in your presence and they're like, you know what? I really do need that because I just want to be around this person. Does that answer your question?
It does answer my question.
Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah, that definitely answers my question. And
Every
gives
time
me
she
some,
giggles,
like-
I know we hit it right.
Right. Yeah.
I love it. What are you saying? She's so amazing. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome, Chardonnay.
These calls are always so helpful.
Yes, awesome, sister. So amazing. Thank you for coming. I think you're awesome. Keep going. Don't give up. All right. Anybody have another question? Put it in the chat box or just say something. We got one over here.
Do you want me to put it in the chat? Eric has a question.
No, just tell me. I'm ready.
Go with it, man.
How much time do you spend each day on the mind meld or?
The mind melds and the, well, I guess the true answer is all day, every day, I'm watching my mind, and I'm watching myself. I'm very aware of what I'm thinking, and I'm very aware of what I'm saying. And so if I get into a moment where I'm thinking something negative, or maybe I see something that makes me feel bad, like this morning I saw a seal that was obviously dead or dying, and that was depressing. And so I just immediately like switched over to abundance mindset and prosperity and just started repeating it. So, but a formal exercise where I read things out loud and do all of that, my morning is dedicated to that. So I'll wake up somewhere between 6 and 7, and I'll spend maybe an hour and a half reading prosperity stuff, writing in my journal. So I've taken it, if you guys are in my Warrior Mastermind, you know that I have an abundance, a week on abundance. It's week 6. And I've written out an entire manifesto. It's Marnie's manifesto. Jen, you've got access to that project. So go to week 6, and it's like, says Marnie's manifesto or something like that. I basically wrote out what I want in my life. And I went big. And so I read that out loud every day. And on top of that, I will journal as if I'm experiencing that now. So I write things like, here's my journal. I'm not gonna read you the whole thing, but I'll just read a little bit so you know. I don't seem to age. I'm getting younger and younger by the day, and I continue to look and feel great. I feel happy and complete and satisfied with my life on planet Earth. All is well. People of all walks of life look to me for guidance. I've written several books, all of which have made it to the New York Times bestseller book. I'm famous and recognized now, and I've been on the news with Lester Holt, and because he came to our castle in France for dinner. And I've also been on the Oprah show. She's been to our Santa Barbara home several times. We enjoy each other's company, and I consider her to be a true friend and mentor. Like, that's the shit that I do every day. So I just write as if it were real. Magic happens. I'm telling you.
Mhm.
It's I don't completely understand it, but it seems to be a thing, and it actually seems to work. I don't know. It's probably what I'm going to write about, but it is a thing, and it does work, and I'm fascinated by it. And it's something that I really plan on diving deep into, because if I can manifest the FedEx guy, coming from my boyfriend, what else can I do? I mean, this is kind of exciting, right?
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
I mean, get fascinated by this process, and if you start to get little tiny wins, those are to be celebrated. Like, holy shit, that worked. Okay, well, let's try a new one. What do you think about this? To answer your question, I spend about an hour and a half to 2 hours every morning on my mind. So that includes meditation, journaling, reading my affirmations out loud. I'm drinking coffee. I mean, it's a delightful way to live life. Drinking coffee, I'm enjoying myself. I'm just looking at the birds and all the beautiful trees and stuff. And I mean, it's amazing. And then I go for a walk or a run on the beach, or go for a hike. So my morning 3 hours is me. I get to spend it how I want it. And it's a beautiful way to live life. And I highly recommend it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Because,
You both should be doing that. I mean, your business is so robust. Like, let's dial down the amount of time you guys are working to 6 hours a day, 8 hours a day, 5 hours a day. Let's ramp up joy and prosperity. Start to outsource the stuff that you don't want to do. Like, Eric, you should be doing the content. You're the guy that's doing the thing. You're like the celebrity. So you're doing all the content. Jen's, doing the marketing and the sales. Let's not overcomplicate this thing. You already have a really robust business.
Mhm.
Am I right?
Yeah, because we were talking about it. It was an interesting topic, today's talk that you had at noon, right? Or yeah, the time concept. But it's like, I always talk with Eric about, you can't let your competitive nature start to muddy the water of your vision. You know what I mean? And I feel like that can happen when you start to hit a slump. The competition mode kind of comes in because he's a high level athlete on top of it. So that competition mind of his, that transactional mind, can kind of muddy the waters. And so we're two people trying to reach one goal. So I don't mind, because when I'm weak, he always carries me. And then when he's weak, that's my job. And so I'm now shifted, like I said earlier today, was my work this week. And my shift was, I got to make sure I take care of me, or else I'm not strong enough to carry him when he's weak.
Yeah.
So, and that's why I thought we need to both be on this same thing, because that's freaky, because we're really powerful.
I just put another mantra. Our competition even comes to us for advice.
Mhm.
Like, just start visualizing, like, well, first of all, you are the best in the world, Eric. Right?
It is. For reals. Like, that's not like,
Okay.
yeah.
So you're the best in the world at what you do.
Mhm.
So let's focus on that, because we are the best in the world at what we do. Even our competition comes to us for advice.
Mhm. And copies us.
Yeah, but when you said that, I felt a negative energy,
From
because I'm sure they do copy you, and I'm sure that is annoying.
Yeah.
But we don't want to go there.
To me, it's annoying. To him, it drives him crazy. To me, I never look behind me. I could give two shits what other people do. It drives him nuts.
So
Right.
yeah, if that's irritating to you, then you're creating that feeling of irritation, and you're getting more of it. So let's shift out. Like, look, dude, you are the best in the world at what you do. Boom. That's its own mic drop. You don't need to worry about anybody else, because you're the best.
Mhm.
So live that, be that. Don't worry. It's kind of like this little tiny mindset of, worrying about what everybody else thinks of me. It's like, the best doesn't care. You don't care. Like, you don't care, because you're the best, and you've got the biggest and most robust business. Like, you guys should be making $100 million a year at this thing.
I wish. Yeah,
You laugh, but it's totally within the realm of possibility.
it's a
Maybe not at throwing, I don't know, but maybe something else, like you were saying, strength training or something.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
All my financial affairs are in divine order. All my financial affairs are in divine order. I thank God for the total and complete completion of all financial debts. They are complete and paid in full.
What do you think?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll figure out like what to do next, but
Yeah.
focus on what you want.
Mhm.
So,
Even our competition comes to us for advice. I like that one. Okay. Anybody else? Kyle, I see you. I don't actually see you, but I see that you're here. There he is. What's up, brother? Are you naked?
No, I have pants on.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't care. How you doing?
Pretty good. Recovering from being in the desert for 2 weeks and a little bit sick, but no, I'm good.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm living in a tiny home right now. And so it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, just working on my program, trying to get my thing live.
Cool. Do you
Yeah.
have any questions or are you observing?
Yeah, so I was wondering what's the best way to market my massage program that I made?
Tell me about the massage program. Oh, it's the one where you self-massage?
No, it's like it's good enough for someone to start a career out of it.
Oh,
Like
cool.
I teach, like if they wanted to, like they could full on start a career in massage.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Do you certify?
no, I
Can
don't.
you certify?
I never really looked into it. But yeah, that would be cool.
That might be
Um,
something interesting. So I'm gonna put it in the chat. Look into. No worries, Marshall. See you later.
Yeah, I'll look into it. I know it's like it's different in every country.
Okay. Look
Yeah.
into certification for massage. So the best way to market it, so you're going after people that want a career in massage?
Not necessarily, like it's just anyone who wants to learn how to massage, be proficient in massage. But it's like it's good enough to start a career in massage.
Should we go the tantra angle?
Whatever's coming through to you, I'm open to hear.
I'm throwing out ideas. Well, I mean, there's a couple,
Okay.
well, there's a lot, right? So if it's not really for career, if you can't certify, then somebody could take your course and be like, oh, I thought I was going to get certified, and then that's a problem. So, or you could go the tantra angle, learn how to massage your lover. But I kind of feel like all the stuff I'm seeing on Reels right now is amazing. The stuff that you're doing on Reels about use this point to do this, and like that feels like something that's got more legs.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm teaching more stuff I learned, or like I'm teaching the best things I learned basically in like 5,000 hours of studying, dumbed down into like 2 days. So literally like all the best things that I spent 5,000 hours learning is you learn it in 2 days.
Okay, then you should say that.
Okay.
Everything that I took, I spent this much money, 5,000 hours, and I boil it down, all the good points I boil down, but the market's not landing with me. I feel like we need to.
I'm not feeling it either.
Yeah. Like, why would somebody buy this course? What's the transformation that you're providing, and what's the pain point?
I mean, first of all, I'm selling it like fairly cheap, like really cheap, considering learning in it. Like what I paid over $50,000 to learn, I'm selling it for like I was gonna do $500, like $497. And then yeah, like it'll teach you to learn how to massage like a pro, basically.
Why would someone need to learn how to massage like a pro?
So they can be a better part, so they can help their loved ones.
Not strong enough.
They can, I don't know.
It's the knowledge is there. Okay. Like the knowledge is super valuable. The knowledge is super valuable. So the knowledge that you have is there. The course is super valuable, but the marketing, it doesn't feel right. Because I don't think people are going to pay money to learn how to, I mean, maybe. Can you marry it with yoga? Like that's the question that you need to answer, that you need to maybe brainstorm around, is what is the problem that I'm solving? And I just put that in the chat. So marinate on that one. What is the problem that I'm solving? And then what is the big transformation? See, even if it's a low price point product like that, people want specialized knowledge. So there's got to be one focused problem, and you have to focus on that problem and solve that problem with your course.
So should I target like trainers, yoga instructors, and like other massage therapists, Chinese medicine practitioners. Cause it's like, maybe
Yeah.
I should target professionals.
Yeah, using, use these special techniques. I'm making this up right now. You don't have to agree. Use these special techniques to bring in higher paying clients, something like that. Like if somebody, you're going to train them to do some specific things that's going to make them better so that they can charge more money. That's worth $500 or more.
Okay.
So yes, professional, but you have to solve a problem for them.
Yeah, they're gonna learn how to become a better practitioner.
So they're not a
your
good
yoga
practitioner
instructor,
is the problem.
They're gonna learn stuff. They're gonna become better. Not saying they're not good.
Okay, becoming better is a little vague. We need a
Okay.
bigger problem. We need a specific problem that you're solving with this course. What is it?
They're gonna learn techniques that are not taught anywhere else.
But what's the problem? They can't get clients. They don't know how to do it. They maybe are getting bad reviews. Like, what's the problem?
They're not able to set themselves apart from other practitioners.
Okay. So, okay, that's good. Separate yourself from the herd. Learn my special, I'm putting this in the chat. Learn my special. I'm just using the word special, but it's not quite right. Special techniques to bring your healing, here we go, healing powers to the next level. There it is. Okay. Separate yourself from the herd. Learn my special techniques to bring your healing powers to the next level.
Nice.
Over 50,000 hours, or wait, it's not 50,000 hours.
5,000
over
hours.
5,000 hours of, and
$50,000.
and 50K worth, there we go, of techniques boiled down in 2 hours. Is it a 2-hour course?
That's there's probably like 8 hours of content. I also got another professional massage therapist who has like 10 years of he's been like a RMT for 10 years and a Chinese medicine practitioner for a decade too. Like he shares like a full body treatment and like some other techniques in it as well.
Okay. And are you sharing revenue with them or?
I'm just gonna give him like a discount code.
Gotcha.
So then he can make money and also sell it.
Okay. Okay, in 8 hours then. Cool. I like that. Cut and paste that into
Yeah,
your,
I'm putting it in Kajabi right now.
yeah, that's good. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that's really helpful.
Cool. Yeah, awesome. Carrie, did you want to go over your Kajabi things?
Yes, I would love to.
Okay.
Yes.
You want me to log, you want to log
can you
in
hear
or
me?
you want me to log
Can you
in?
hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes. If you could do it, that would be great because I'm on the phone with you.
Okay.
You're in.
Oh, not yet. I'll share my screen when I'm in. I'm just logging out of my thing. Okay.
Okay.
And then, can you tell me what your, hold on, let me see if my computer, it doesn't remember. Hold on, I don't tell me because we're recording this. I got it.
Do you want me to put it in the, you got it? Okay.
I think I got it. Oops. Okay. Share my screen. Okay, I'm in. Website?
Okay. Yeah,
Are we talking about your homepage?
yeah.
Okay,
We have to move. Well, one thing I wanted to move the top header text further to the left. And then the other thing was the dis-ease part. We wanted to make that bigger font.
I'm gonna show you how to
I
do that.
couldn't for the life of me figure out how to do it.
Okay, no worries, I got you. Just waiting for it to load.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some reading tests here so I can see what's happening.
Okay, so love the top here, it's amazing. And what did you want to do? You wanted to make this bigger. Okay, so check it out. When I click on this area here, it opens it up on the left-hand side. Did you see how I did that?
Yeah, see that whole block there, yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna highlight this. Okay, do you know how to do that? You can know how to highlight stuff?
Yeah, I did
Okay.
that, but I couldn't find the box
Format?
that was a font size.
Here we go. You see here?
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
at the top under formats, headings, and let's see what header 1 looks like.
Oh, that's right. I figured that out and I forgot.
There we go. Okay. I help people like you identify as where disease is occurring, prevent potentially worth outcomes. I help patients with complicated or unidentified, help those abandoned by Western medicine and those looking. Okay, and then. Okay, identify hotspots that use holistic. Here is it. Okay, perfect. So what else did you want to do?
My title. I wanted to move it to the left to change how that text box is situated at the very top. Where it says Carrie Welsh Medical Intuitive.
Yeah.
That comes up in the full screen desktop screen. It ends up kind of cutting into my head.
Oh,
It looks fine on this screen, but in the if you click preview or pull the screen out to the desktop side, you see what I'm saying?
Yep. So you just click on it, okay, like I've done here, and then you scroll down to desktop layout. Okay, and you see how the padding here is 0?
Yeah.
So we're just going to change that to 100. And that should push it down. So let's go back and see what let's see. Let's go back and see if that worked. Is that better?
Yes, it is better.
Okay, cool. Nailed it. Did you see how I did that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, good.
So the padding is the padding on the right side.
Yeah.
that You
So-
decreased,
When you're
or
playing
the
around
padding
with
on the
stuff,
left side.
when you're playing around with stuff, just click on the area that you want to do, and this thing will pop up on the left-hand side.
Yeah, that's how I did, that's how I put the whole page together, because it was a template and I had to put all my own stuff on there.
Gotcha.
That's,
Cool. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Yay! We did it. All right.
yeah, the only other thing was I put, we did it, the buttons are a little more complicated. That'll maybe take, just went to a 404 page, page cannot be found.
Oh, okay. Well, let me look at that real quick.
So I would put the links and the, the website that the page is supposed to go to,
Here.
and nothing happened.
Okay, so where is Learn More supposed to go to? Is it a page within the site, or is it your booking calendar?
Well, actually, I wanted to ask you about that. I think maybe it should go to my other website, because there are more detailed various elements, I think,
Okay,
because everything else is mostly on this first page, biography and the testimonials, which I'm going to put on separate pages.
okay.
So what do you think? Should we under Learn More?
Well,
Do you
I
think
think
it's-
everything should be in a whole kit and caboodle here, but you could see how it says go to URL over here?
Mhm.
URL means outside URL. Landing page is within Kajabi. Checkout page is within Kajabi. So if you go to a URL, then you would just put whatever the URL is here. You'd copy and paste it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I've been doing that, but it doesn't show up on, yeah, I've been doing that already, and it doesn't send me to the page I'm indicating. I save it.
Can you put it in the chat, the URL you want this to go to? And I can fix it for you right now. Because when I opened up this page, this URL box was empty.
It still doesn't take me there. You'll see Walsh, then you'll see that when I click on it, it doesn't go anywhere. It just says, I wondered is.
You're kind of cutting it out.
Because the site has to go live first in order for that to work.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right, let's try it.
Okay.
Okay, now that I press
Here we go.
saved, we should be able to, that button should work. Did you see how I did that? Are you following me? Are you there, Carrie?
Is it working? Okay. Yeah, I see.
Does that answer your question?
Yes.
You're correct.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Okay. So now you know how to do it. Hopefully that's helpful.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. All right.
Yes, it's very helpful.
Good. So I am off to see Eckhart Tolle. I'm driving to LA to go see him
And you,
tonight.
and you got my message about my epiphany, right?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, you're kind of cutting in and out and I can't really hear you. But
Oh, wow. That's very cool. Where? Ooh. Hold on. Hold on a second.
yeah, I can't hear you, Karen.
Can you hear me now?
You're kind of cutting in and out. But
Okay. Well, that answers my question anyway. Thank you.
oh, good. Okay, good. All right. Well, we're going to sign off for now. I will be around Monday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you guys want to jump onto that one as well, or feel free to book a session with me because you both have plenty of privates.
Thank you.
Okay, I love you. I'll see you later.
Yes, and I might do that. Yes.
Perfect.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I love
Have a
you.
good weekend.
Okay.
Thank
ciao.
you so much. Okay.
Peace.
Bye-bye.